Campbells comments on location, sunny Kilmore, joined by Tyson Barton. Firstly, welcome, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
A lot of people won't know who you are, Tyson, but you're one of the twins, I remember, of Ange Barton's. How old actually are you, mate?
I'm 22.
22. I do remember you when I think you're about 3 years of age, and you may have destroyed all my dentistry gear at that stage. Picnic racing doesn't get a lot of traction on Campbell's comments, but it could going forward, mate. But you've been a ripping story over the last 12 months. You finally got your picnic licence and were able to ride at the picnics, and you've got an amazing strike rate.
Yeah, I've done pretty well. We had a good start. So,
are you going to tell people, or are you going to keep it all to yourself?
well, I've had 14 rides now for 6 wins on 1 second and 2/3.
So, and about a 43% strike rate. I reckon Greg told me just there before. Dad's pretty proud of it.
Yeah, he's pretty proud of it. He tells everyone. So, can't be complaining about that anyway.
So you're 23 years of old. I've got to put the microphone up to you. So you're not a small kid by any stretch. What brought about? Why did you want to all of a sudden start riding in the picnics?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine since a young kid, since Mum trained. I remember, since a young age I wanted to be a professional jockey, but Mum always told me that won't happen. You're going to be too tall, and so I didn't think about it until after high school, and I thought I'll give it another go. Just be a picnic jockey, and just went from there. I started riding for Jody and built on my skills and got a lot of help along the way, and finally made it.
We're here at Jody Thompson's here in Kilmore with and Mum and Dad are here. Dad's actually filming us, filming this. So he is very proud, and they are very proud. You've got a good family behind it, which it makes it, I'm tipping, a lot more enjoyable. Yeah,
and much easier too. They're very supportive of my dreams, and I can't thank them enough for all the help they've given me.
So you've left high school. You said you're 23. There's been a little bit of time under the bridge. Like, is it hard to get a picnic licence? Like, has it been a bit hard for you to get your picnic licence?
It was more just harder because with the COVID going on, I wasn't able to get the jump outs and trials done to the amount they wanted. Just with requirements wise, there was always limited jump outs and trials going on at the time where I needed to be doing them. So,
is it hard? Like, I say there that you're tall. I'd imagine a lot of the traditional track trainers, horse trainers, and that, when you rock up and say, "I'm here to ride your horse," do they look at you a little bit like strangely?
Yeah, if they haven't seen me before or met me before, they do look at me strangely and see how tall I am, and I don't know what they think.
Does it offer its disadvantages, not being smart? I know a little bit about racing and the likes, but do you have to set your saddle up a little bit differently when you are such a tall string bean? Yeah,
well, I had to practice a bit with my getting my iron length, like my stoop leather length right, and then I had to buy out of the normal size for that. So I suppose that was a different side of things because I'm so tall.
Because you had to let them down to go from there? Yeah,
to be able to be comfortable still. Because, just buying normal gear that the normal jockeys would buy is just too short for me. So.
You might have to duck when you go into the jockey's room, do you?
No.
It's big in the news right at the minute, though, that they're trying to get track riders. It's a big thing, trying to get staff, full stop. Firstly, it's a dream that you've always wanted to do. Is it everything that you thought it would be?
Pretty well. It all happened pretty quick, really. Like, from the time I got accepted for my licence, I was racing 48 hours later or something like that. So it all happened quick. But it is what I suppose it is. Like,
yeah. Can you, like, as a young man that's worked as a tradie and the likes, can you see some of the challenges, and can you see a way that perhaps people should look at it a little bit differently to having someone like yourself who's always wanted to do it, but was probably, you could have been lost to the building game pretty comfortably if it wasn't perhaps for Mum and Dad helping Jody out here?
Yeah, that's right. Like, if the Mum and Dad still didn't have I've always had the interest, but Mum has always been working in the stables and that, so it kind of brought me to the stables, and then I wanted to do track work. So if it wasn't for her, really, I probably would have slipped through and not been riding.
Is there a way you can see them making it easier, or is there something that you're not going to get into trouble? Javier won't even watch Campbell's comments, but is there a way that you can you could say, well, need like longer hours of opening the club up and things like that? Is there different ways that you could see it?
It's probably just promoting it a bit better. Like there's probably little education out there really on what actually happens in the racing industry kind of thing. So I know maybe promoting it a bit better. Like picnics, obviously, there's not very like it's only coming through now with the Cranbourne races and all that. We're starting to get on the bigger stage a little bit more. But just promoting the racing a bit better would definitely help with the younger ages coming up.
There's a lot of people that go about it and they love it. They just want to. They just work horses basically for the picnic scene and the rest. And there's a lot of track riders that look forward to it, and it just keeps growing and growing. From a harness racing person like myself, I'm very envious of it because we just have our main racing and don't have. But it's a unique experience going to the picnic races, isn't it? Yeah,
no, it's a great environment. Really, it's pretty relaxed and it's good fun.
So it only goes for a certain season for the people that aren't aware. You only had 16 rides. How long through the season? 14 rides, sorry. How far through the season was it before you actually were able to start? Was it nearly at the end?
Yeah, it was almost at the end. So I think there was only about 6 or 7 meetings left kind of thing. And, I started at the back end of the season.
I went from there. Did you ride your first winner for Greg Kavanagh? Is that right?
No, first winner was for Jody at Alexandra, end of February, I think it was. Yeah, end of February. And then, it ended up finishing start of April. I think we had the Cranbourne race. So.
Yeah, Greg Kavanagh, I interviewed him. I didn't interview him, I'm a horse dentist by trade. And I was talking to Greg, and he was stoked that you rode your winner. And he did say your height. He wasn't sure how you go, but he reckoned you handled it terrific. And that must have been only your second win or something along those lines. So that's key. Next year, or next season, racing season comes. Firstly, when does it kick off?
October, near the end of October, yeah.
And you're looking forward to having a full season and a crack at it? You're going to try and keep your 43% strike rate up?
Oh, always try and do that, yeah. Try and win as many as I can, really. I had a bit of a joke with my Uncle Tony. He said I was a bit hungry, and I said, yeah, I'm hungry for more anyway, so we'll keep going from there.
Do you go about it differently? Like now you know what to expect, one fitness and things along those lines. Are you looking at the new season a bit differently?
Fitness-wise, and then I want to try and do as many jump outs and trials as I can before the season starts back up and practice on just the little techniques and getting the technique a bit better and be ready for the start of the season in a way, I suppose.
So you're able to ride with the professionals, so you can be in a jump out next to Damien Oliver and the likes and get pointers from those sort of guys?
Yeah, I can be in the trial trials are only for jockeys, so you got to be a licensed jockey to be doing the trials. So, yeah, and they're always good. The experienced jockeys, they always try and give you a few pointers. So.
That must be great for you, for especially a young man that's always wanted to be a jock. You're not going to ride in the Melbourne Cup, obviously, next to those guys, but to be able to just jump in the starting stalls and get a bit of feedback from them when you come back, that must be a huge thrill.
Yeah, it is definitely. You look up to them in a way, so yeah, it's always good to have a chat with them.
Very, very good, Tyson. Thank you very much for joining me, mate. It was thrown on you by the spur of the moment thing and the likes, but I like promoting good stories, and I reckon I might try and catch up with you halfway through the season and just see how you're progressing. And Dad will keep me updated on where your percentage is at. There's not a worry there. He hasn't put the video camera down. Have you noticed? I'm not sure why I'm recording it because Dad's doing the whole lot for us. We could have just used his iPhone footage.
I reckon.
All right, mate. Thank you very much and well done. And I think you're a great little story. But good luck to you next year, and we'll be following you. Don't you worry about that. Thank you very much, Tyson, and all the best.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.